IELTS Writing Academic Task 1, Part 3. And now we are going to discuss how to determine the topic. In Task 1, you'll be asked to write a short essay, which consists of 150 words, if you remember. And here you need to summarize the information on the graphic by selecting and reporting the main features and comparing them. In order to identify the main details of the graphic, first you need to read the task and then recognize the type of graphic you have. If you remember, we have 4 different types of graphics, such as line graph, bar chart, pie chart, and table graph. Then secondly, you have to read the title of the graphic and scan the features. Always make sure you ask yourself a couple of questions that contain who, what, where, and when. It will make sure you focus your thoughts and you are staying focused throughout the writing process. Then take notes for task, type of graphic, title of graphic, features who did it, what happened, when it happened, and where it happened. Using these details, now you can write your topic sentence. And here we have our example about the previous slide for determining the topic. As you see, we have a prompt that states the following. The graph below shows the average daily sales of selected food items at the Vista cafe by season, and we have the same requirement that we discussed earlier. So as you see, you have a bar chart and you have a lot of details such as numbers and different food items. So when you are determining the topic, you have to keep in mind a couple of questions: what happened, when it happened, and the title and type of graph. So by finding these type of answers and keeping them in mind, that will be easier for you to write a topic sentence. So for example, here I have a graphic type bar graph, title average daily sales by number of servings, and I have what happened, average daily sales, when, it's winter and summer, and based on the information I have, now I have my topic sentence. The average number of servings of certain food items sold daily in the winter and in the summer. So that's how I can write my topic sentence, by determining the information I have on the graphic. And now on the slide you can see how you can use your bar graph notes to create your own topic sentence. As you remember, we had notes about graphic type, which was bar graph. Our title was average daily sales by number of servings, and topic was the average daily sales of selected food items in winter and summer. When you're writing your topic sentence, try to use the information you have, the notes that you have, and you determined your topic with, and you can write something like this. The bar graph shows how many servings of certain food items sold on average every day in 2 different seasons at the Vista cafe. As you see, I did not copy exact phrases that I had in my prompt, and I used my own words, but also the information that was provided. Also, what you can do is paraphrase some words from the prompt by using different synonyms or some words that have the same ideas. So as long as you do not copy exactly the same words, exactly the same phrases, you should be okay. And now we are going to discuss our step 2. It's a writing process. After you plan, you are ready to write. You'll be using your notes that we discussed earlier, how to determine the topic, and your topic sentence that you wrote earlier. Then you'll spend about 12 minutes to write a short 3 or 4 paragraph essay. Your essay will consist of short introduction, 1 or 2 short body paragraphs, and a short conclusion. So your goal should be to write an introduction that has 2 sentences and consists of topic sentence that summarizes the information in the graphic, and second sentence should be a general statement about the relationship of the data you have. Then you'll have 1 or 2 body paragraphs. It really depends on your style of writing and how you like to explain your ideas that you have on the graphic, the information you have in the graphic. Then you'll have a topic sentence in each body paragraph, and then details and comparisons that support your topic sentence. And your conclusion can be 1 to 2 sentences that will include the most important changes that happen throughout the graphic. So in the following slides, we'll be discussing how to write every paragraph of the essay, and you'll have a better idea how to do it. And now we're going to discuss how to write our introduction. I think for a lot of students it's really hard to begin, and I used to be one of those students too that didn't know how to begin the essay. So don't worry about that too much and just try to follow this really easy strategy. So remember that your introduction tells what you'll write about, and in your introduction you need to tell the reader what you will summarize and compare. So the easiest way to do that, because you don't have too much time during your IELTS exam, paraphrase your first sentence. So the first sentence tells what the graphic is about. If it's difficult for you, so you can just paraphrase a couple of words from your prompt and write synonyms instead of that. Just you have to make sure you do not copy every single word from the prompt, from the topic you have in the IELTS exam. Then second sentence, in the second sentence you need to tell what you will compare. So for example, average number of sales of each item and how you will compare them, if they change with the season, and so on. So the first sentence tells what the graphic is about. So you paraphrase a couple of words, like 2 to 3. Instead of show, for example, you can write down demonstrate, or you can write down depict, and so on. And for the second sentence, you just need to tell what happened from the beginning until the end. So do not provide specific information, examples, numbers in your introduction. You will only include these 2 sentences. And now I have an example prompt for you guys, so you have a better idea what I was trying to explain to you in the previous slide. So as you see, we have example prompt and we have our topics. The graph below shows the average daily sales of selected food items at the Vista Cafe by season. And as usual, you are being asked to summarize the information, report the main features, and make comparison. So as you see, first sentence, it's my paraphrase. So what I did was just changing a couple of words. So for example, instead of saying the graph below, I said the bar chart below. Instead of saying shows, I wrote down demonstrates the average daily sales of, instead of selected food items, I said certain food items at the Vista Cafe in different times of the year. So that was instead of by season. So as you see, I kept the same idea, but I just changed a couple of words. It doesn't have to be full words just like I wrote down in here, but it can be only 2 or 3 words, as long as you're not copying exactly the same words from the prompt. Second sentence, you see, it shows the overall trend. It can be seen that the average number of sales of each item changed with the season. It's not very specific. What I did was just wrote down changed. It's a very general idea, and the specific details you'll be providing in your body paragraph. So these 2 sentences are my introduction, and that's exactly what you need to do to save your time during IELTS.